December. I wanted to do today a monthly reset video, but specifically for your finances. I love these videos that are on YouTube that every month it's like my monthly reset for November, and you know, they go through and they like clean and organize, do their goal setting, basically setting themselves up for a good month ahead. And I think that it's a great time to do your finances. I haven't heard them talk about it. Usually it's, you know, just their, you know, goal setting that they'll talk about. So the things that I like to do for a monthly reset each month, it's going to be updating your net worth. So I have a spreadsheet. So each month I go in and add a column and update the balances for each of the accounts. If I have fallen behind on my weekly tasks, which are categorizing transactions, reviewing for fraudulent transactions, and reviewing spending, if I have fallen behind on those, then I will take some time and get caught up. I am up to date on everything except for purchases where there are multiple categories and I need to go through and split them. So that would be like Amazon or Target, that kind of thing. And certainly you don't have to do that. I like the granularity, and I'm detail oriented, so I like to have the specific dollar amounts in there for each category correctly. And I do recommend it if you are actively focusing on a particular category that you're trying to improve. But otherwise, I would say, you know, you can always just put it under shopping or whatever the primary thing that you purchased was. So if that's clothing or groceries, home supplies and decor, cleaning supplies, whatever the kind of general vibe was of the shopping. In addition to reviewing weekly, I will do a monthly review of spending, so income and expenses, and the gap in between. So that's a statistic that I like to track, what percent of incoming money is being saved. The next step for your monthly financial reset would be setting a budget for the next month and then reviewing your actual versus budget for the current month. And then if I have time at the end, I'm actually gonna go through and clean out my fridge. Now, is that a financial task or is that a house tidiness task? Good question. I would say, since I'm really trying to have less food waste right now, I think that it's fine to count it as a financial task. Is it something that should be done weekly? Yes. It is something that needs to be done right now for me personally, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that part of it. I might do that as a separate video. I'm gonna do a sped up video, and as I go through them, I will go ahead and stop and include any tips that come up while I'm actually doing my piece of it. So get a cup of coffee or tea or eggnog or something that you enjoy. Why don't you go ahead and join me for doing our monthly financial resets together? So let's jump right into it. splitting transactions is kind of a pain in the butt. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I like to see everything in there separated, but not my favorite activity. But it's done now, so I have one or two that's marked for review still that I'll want to look at when I don't have my two screens up split screen. I guess that's a piece of advice for you. So right now on my screen I have YNAB pulled up on one side and then the other company pulled up on the other side. So that way I can just do like review my orders or review my purchase history and then just like scroll through, find the ones that link up, and then type them in. So that's my advice for you there. Okay, time to do net worth update. Start my net worth and ended up reviewing my spending instead, which is fine because that's one of the steps that needs to be done. And it looks like I've been spending $546 per month on food, which is quite a bit. 91 on restaurants, 96 at coffee shops, $36 on drinks, $19 on candy and treats, I like to call it. So that's probably ice cream, I would guess. I feel like that's a lot for one person. Maybe I'm gonna make a double down effort for the following month to work on food spending. And like I said, food waste, I have been pretty bad about that lately, which is terrible. So I need to work on that for sure. Okay, so I actually am done with that. So here's a few tips for budgeting. I like to always have a spreadsheet where it has the actual amounts that I've spent by category side by side with the budgeted amounts. So it would say January of 2026 actuals, January of 2026 budget, and then a column where it shows the difference. And so what I'll do is whatever tracking software that I'm using, I will pull it up and then I'll look at the trends report or the historical reporting once I've made sure all my categories are correct. And then I'll just type those in. And it's kind of consistent as far as like what the biggest categories are, groceries, food, mortgage and rent. Then I can just do the side by side, just plug it into my spreadsheet, and then I'm able to change apps if I want, and I'm able to see it all in one place over multiple months, because I've noticed that a lot of the reporting for aggregating apps, like data aggregation apps across multiple like checking accounts, credit cards, and savings accounts, they don't always have very good reporting as far as like how many months back that you can go, and then comparing month over month, comparing month against budget. So that's one thing that I like to do that I find to be really helpful. It doesn't take too long. I mean, it's maybe 10 or 15 minutes of typing it in. And then it's so helpful then to create budgets, because, you know, then I have a year's worth of actuals that I can go back and like I can hide the budget columns and then look at January, what did I spend in this category? February, what did I spend in this category? I can get a quick average and then use that as my budgeted amount. I can do min or max, so like whatever the lowest was, if I think it's going to be a low month of that thing. This is really helpful for things that are more infrequent, like auto repairs and maintenance, gifts and holiday spending. I have it all in one spreadsheet ready to go. I can just go and quickly look at the previous November and December to see how much I spent in those months, and then pull those forward or use them as a basis. So that's my favorite way to budget. I hope that is helpful for you. That's all I have for you guys. And until next time, I hope your finances rock. Bye.